So we've just seen someone get pulled out of the rubble alive and put into this ambulance. About 36 hours after the earthquake, we saw a man get pulled out from a building which the levels had collapsed on one another, leaving a small gap into which volunteers and soldiers were able to crawl and pull out the debris, eventually reaching this man after working on him for hours. They first heard his voice this morning. We just saw the man's cousin was there, who was a doctor who's in the ambulance with him. We don't really know what kind of condition he was in. We saw him come out in a neck brace. He was topless. He looked extremely cold. What we're hearing is that these are largely informal rescue efforts. There are professional rescue crews in the city, but they're moving door to door listening for sounds. If they don't hear anyone alive, they move on, leaving it to local residents to hire cranes and diggers and basically just tear through the rubble, desperately hoping to find loved ones and relatives alive. So we've driven to the town of Antakya. It's not far from the Syrian border, a little inland from the Mediterranean on the southern Turkish coast. It's up in the hills, snow-covered mountains around. It's very cold. And what we've discovered here is a town of about 200,000 people where most of the buildings are either destroyed or heavily damaged. It's absolute carnage, and there's the sound of sirens wailing the whole time, and they're just pulling bodies out. Everyone here has just been telling us, you know, they're waiting for a miracle, and they're praying for a miracle, and they're hoping for a miracle, because if they don't believe in miracles, then that means they have to accept that, you know, their mother is dead, or, you know, their loved one is dead, and that's something we've heard several times today.